Hey everybody, it's Romania Black. We are on episode 11 of RWBY Risk. And so I've only seen on Twitter people freaking out about this episode. I didn't watch any spoilers. I was like, as soon as I saw people being like, OMG, episode 11, I was like, and I'm off. So I don't know what to expect, but I did see Eddie Rivas, who's one of the creators of RWBY, say that they had been looking forward to this episode since they started the volume. Not that that's scary or anything. But this volume's been so crazy so far, and last episode is probably one of my favorites of the entire volume because we get to see Ironwood unhinged, we get to see Watts go unhinged and tell off Cinder, Salem's gone for the moment, characters are making decisions, Emerald's with the group's reunited, like all these things are coming together, the dots are connecting, and at the same time things are falling apart, right? Because Ironwood's threatened to blow up Mantle with a bomb if Penny doesn't show up. And it's like Penny's out of commission right now and they've got an hour to figure all of this out, and it's like, what do we do? And so the stakes have been made, and I'm so curious about what's going to be happening this episode because we've only got this episode and then 3 more of the volume. And the fact that there's 3 more after this and people are already freaking out does not bode well. So I don't know, y'all, but there are question marks. Anytime somebody hypes up an episode and they're like, things get crazy, I try not to overhype myself, but this episode has question marks all around it, so I don't know what to expect. But we're going to find out. So, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm really excited to dive into this and see what happens. But yeah, we are going to jump in to RWBY Volume 8, Chapter 11, Risk. And we're going to do that here without further ado in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Oh man, alright, RWBY. Okay, so that was a good episode. That wasn't quite as action-packed as I was anticipating, to be honest, the way everybody was hyping it up, but it was still really good. And it's very a much-needed episode for a lot of reasons. So all of our teams are converging. Watts and Cinder and Neo are now together. They're going to possibly go to the vault. RWBY and them have decided, let's just go to the vault. Let's just confront Ironwood. What have we got to lose at this point? Because otherwise... and they've got Emerald's semblance, so that's a plus. They can do a lot of things with that. And then Robin and Crow obviously infiltrating. I want to say that Robin and Crow, we didn't see who they ran into. I want to say it was Marrow and Winter. I think that Winter got Marrow out of there because she was like, look, last episode, you and I were the biggest targets here. We need to get out of his way. Let's go. And so she was like, before Marrow got shot, I'm like, you need to go right now. And so I'm going to get you out of here. And that's going to be the way we handle this. Interesting. So, oh man, I have wanted Nora and Ren to get back together since the end of last volume. Oh, this was so good. It was so perfect. It was like a perfect reunion for a number of reasons. They finally get to admit that they're partners, not just teammates, partners. And Ren confessing and admitting his faults and asking for an apology, and then Nora being like, look, I want us to be together, but I've realized that we both need to be our best selves, and I still don't fully know who I am, so before I can be the best person for you, I need to be the best person for myself. And that's so awesome. I love that. I love that. At first I thought Nora was going to say, no, we don't need to be together, but she's like, let me get this taken care of first, and then we can be together. And it's like, that's just perfect. And Ren saying that he loves her. So good. So good. It's all I wanted. That's all I wanted out of this was them to get together. So there's that. There's Jean being able to amplify Penny's aura to stop the virus momentarily. And I admit, yeah, he says he's like, I can't keep doing this, but they can at least stall the process, right? So there's that. Oh man, the conversation between Ruby and Yang and being like, Salem probably turned their mom into a Grimm. was a very rough discussion. And it's probably true. And we don't know what it is, or if it's still out there, or if she's out there, we don't know. But and the horrible fact that Ruby's realizing that's why Salem wants her to potentially do the same thing that happened to the Hound. That's terrifying. And that's why they wanted Maria, and or they wanted to get rid of Maria, but since then they've realized what they can do. Terrifying. But I love the concept of risk, and that trust is a risk, and that sometimes that doesn't pay off, but sometimes it does. And when it does, it's worth it. And I love that Emerald's the one that gets to curse in this show. Emerald can say whatever she wants because she was a bad guy at one time, and they're like, you were a villain. It's fine. You can curse. You're reformed. It's all good. But what I love about Emerald talking to them and about them changing and that trust is a risk and all that is that it's Ozpin and Oscar that help her up. Because Ozpin knows exactly what Emerald's going through in having to regain that trust from others after having made a mistake and having done something bad. Like, he is totally in the same boat with Emerald. And there's little nuances in this episode that I noticed. One, that Oscar and Ozpin, their voices are not that much different anymore. They're getting less and less different. They're slowly starting to sound a bit the same. They're slowly starting to sound more the same. The change between Oscar and Ozpin is not as noticeable either. In terms of their eyes changing, it's not as dramatic as it was before. Oscar's still got the cane mannerisms. They're picking up, and Ozpin tapping his fingers. Is that an Oscar mannerism? Like, it seems like they're both picking up each other's mannerisms more. So the convergence is getting more and more succinct, right? It's getting less noticeable who is who, which is intriguing. And I give Aaron Dismuke props, because I'm sure that was intentional, his voice not being as dramatically different. Like, he had to announce that he was becoming Ozpin. And I like that when he says, is that okay? Weiss and Jean, who are two of the biggest proponents against Ozpin, turned around and were like, yeah, it's fine. So, the question, Ironwood's done. He's officially like, no, we're going to blow it up. I'm on a mission now. And Elm now seems to be kind of like, oh, wait, he was serious? Harriet and Vine still seem like they're especially Harriet, on board the train. But Marrow's like, done. Thank God. I'm so glad Marrow was like, done. Forget this. Screw this. I'm out. I'm glad he decided that, because that was much needed. But yeah, guys. Whew. Okay. Yeah, just, that was a good episode, and I like that it's building up to everybody's gonna come together next episode and things are gonna happen. So there wasn't so much, it was more like a regrouping and figuring out what we're gonna do and like getting everybody's spirits up, because the last several episodes everything's gone like downhill. This is building our heroes back up, and now we're rallying for the final moment where we go in and take care of business. So but that boop, it's like, oh, Ren and Nora stole the episode for me by far. Ren and Nora and Ozpin and Emerald stole the episode for me. I was like, good deal. And yeah, the knowledge in the back of your head that, yeah, Salem's gone for now. She's going to conveniently come back at the end of all this. Episode 14, she's going to show back up, I'm sure. So, oh my gosh. But y'all, crazy stuff. This was a good episode though, so I was really happy with it. It's got me very, very much anticipating what next episode looks like, because, what are we going to do, guys? So, with that being said, I hope y'all enjoyed. Please feel free to comment down below and let me know what y'all thought, but this is some good stuff. So I'm excited to see what all happens in episode 12. And we only got 3 episodes left, so stuff's going to hit the fan, I'm sure. But in the meantime, I'm curious your guys' comments. Thank you all so much for watching. Have a wonderful week. Stay safe. Take care. And yeah, I'll be back next week with episode 12 of RWBY.